Hello and welcome from Budapest. This is Hungary Reports from Public Media M1, bringing you the latest news from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin in English. I'm Arpad Szőci. Thanks for joining us. Well, just 1 week to go and the new school year will start on Monday, September 2nd. Many parents are already shopping for school supplies for their children attending elementary school. However, one less thing for them to worry about is getting textbooks. That's because the government made sure that they'll be free for those students in grades 1 to 9. And that's not the only financial perk that parents can look forward to.
Mira Török isn't taking any chances. She already put together a list a few days ago of what she'll need as a sixth grader. In fact, the closer it gets to the beginning of school, the more people are shopping. The Deputy State Secretary for Family and Youth Affairs said on a magazine show that it is in the government's interest that families don't have financial burdens because of the beginning of the school year. So once again this year, the government made it possible for parents to get supplementary children benefits, childcare allowance and childcare support before the start of the school year. When a child does extracurricular activities, he or she might need an instrument or sheet music or sports equipment. Therefore, in such cases, the government would like to offer a helping hand in time for these families to be able to get what they need, said Attila Beneda. Besides that, local governments can also help out. It's possible for the average family to get a one-time allowance worth several thousand forints, or about 10 euros. Furthermore, low-income families also get a similar deal. And another big financial help is getting either free or subsidized school meals. And not just for the beginning of the school year, but for the whole year. But the biggest financial help still happens to be free textbooks. In this elementary school in northern Budapest, not only have the textbooks arrived, they've already been handed out. School children were sitting in class waiting for their package of books so that they can start the school year on September 2nd more smoothly. Every child from grades 1 to 9 gets free textbooks, which means a saving of about 50 euros per child for parents. And one was able to ascertain that in the past few days, 30 million textbooks were delivered to 4,000 locations across the country.
Apparently, more and more Hungarians are interested in becoming parents and even having large families. That's what the founder of the organization called Young Families Club said on Public Media M1's net station. Nora Kirai said that young people see themselves as parents in the future, and the government supports that. According to the latest statistics, government support payments for expectant parents and support payments for vehicle purchases for large families are the two most favorite programs. So far, 20,000 people have applied for them.
It has now become trendy and fashionable in Hungary to have a family or even a large family. And this sort of ideology, I think, affects young people more and more, meaning that young people now see their futures with families and children. This is how the Hungarian government can support a positive demographic change in Hungary with internal solutions, which is having more and more babies being born.
And in reaction to government plans to pay out an extra premium to pensioners, the president of the country's Pensioners Association said that any financial help is welcome. The vouchers, worth the equivalent of about 27 euros, are to be used for paying utility bills and will come in 3 individual payouts. The vouchers will be delivered by mail to more than 2,600,000 people by the end of September. The Pensioners Association president also said that the extra financial support will come in particularly handy with the coming of winter.
We've received great news in the past few days, which was the announcement of the 9,000 foreign utilities voucher, which all pensioners will receive. This is amazing news for us, as this can come in handy for paying electricity bills or gas bills next winter. And by the way, any type of support, financial support, comes in handy for a pensioner's wallet.
Increased checks by Austrian border guards at the crossing at Híradó have intensified. It is believed because of concerns over illegal migration. Austrian border guards are primarily focusing on carrying out checks on minibuses and vans. That's the main reason there was a huge traffic backup on the M1 highway at Híradó that stretched for 4 kilometers. 36 films were awarded at the 26th National Student Film Festival in Budapest. Altogether, 130 works entered the competition, which featured 3 categories.
This year, the winner of the National Student Film Week has been Híradó. The student of the St. László High School in Kőbánya won the most prestigious acknowledgement of the festival with her work entitled If. It is a wonderful feeling for me that I can indeed make things that people appreciate and they say, look, this is great, keep on doing it, the student said. Similarly to previous years, the creators competed in 3 categories. In the elementary category, the work entitled I by Eszter Égető received the main prize. In the high school category, the work entitled Shadow by Liliana Jávor, Tibor Gasparovsky, Vivian Barna and Blanca Molnar came in first. In the young filmmakers category, the work entitled Legend on the Snowy Mountain became the best out of almost 130 creations. Overall, the jury gave awards to 36 young people for various achievements such as authenticity or how humane the work or original the idea was. After every day when screenings take place, there is an evaluation. In other words, we take notes on the films and right after it, each of us gives a certain mark for the film. For example, this is going to be great. Sure enough, it will be part of the last round. And after all this, we make a final selection, said one of the members of the jury. Each year, the festival attracts many visitors. Similarly to previous years, the screenings were sold out. Usually, children, adults, or anyone in general decides on making a film so that others will watch it. Young people do not have a lot of opportunities outside their families or schools to take part in public screenings where anyone can watch their film. They can invite family members, relatives, or other acquaintances. What's even more, people they do not know at all, in other words, strangers, may watch their films also. I believe this is why it is worth for young people to make films and enter this competition, said the director of the film festival. This year, the National Student Film Week has been organized for the 26th time. Year after year, the films of young people are shown to the public and are acknowledged.
On the closing day at the Canoe Sprint World Championships in Szeged, Hungary won a slew of medals. Hungary was victorious in the K4 women 500 meters race, with Alida Gajó, Tamara Csipes, Erika Medvetsky and Dora Bodonyi taking it by more than half a second. And Bodonyi picked up another gold in the K1 women's 5,000 meters for her 3rd gold in a row. And on the day, Hungary also collected 3 silver and 2 bronze additional medals. Altogether, Hungary secured 12 qualifying berths out of a possible 18 for next year's Summer Olympics, and also won these World Championships based on the Olympic points system. And the State Secretary for Sports believes that successful tournaments like this will lead to more international competitions being held in Hungary. Tünde Szabó said that organizers looked after everyone's needs and that the current facilities that were renovated took in 8,000 to 10,000 spectators a day.
The president of the International Canoe Federation has given a statement that we Hungarians have one of the best tracks in the world, if not the best, which means that any race can be organized here. We can also say without question that the international sports organizations will be bringing its best events here. Of course, what matters most to us is the ability to serve athletes, professionals, the media and the public. I think with this infrastructure development, everything has been accomplished.
Follow the footsteps of music genius Ferenc Liszt by exploring the Austrian-Hungarian border region on 2 wheels. Departing from Harka, you can reach Neckenmarkt through the border connecting the 2 villages. From there, you can continue towards Reiding, the birthplace of the composer. A small exhibition there awaits fans of the great artist. The distance is 25 kilometers, which should be doable for every member of the family. Liszt himself used to make this journey regularly, although he traveled in a horse-drawn carriage. Good wines at a good place. This is the slogan of the Wine Weeks of Balatonfüred Festival, lasting until the 1st of September. Only the best winemakers of the historical Balatonfüred Chopak wine region can make it onto the Tagora Promenade. This year, interested visitors can taste almost 30 wine types coming from 25 vineyards. Each day, wine pavilions are open from 10 a.m. until midnight, and during the day, wine exhibitions are open to the public, and in the evening, concerts will entertain. And that's all for today. But we'll be back the next night live right after the Hungarian language news at 11 p.m. local time, and also in repeat broadcasts and online. Please stick around now, if time permits, for our news shows in German, Russian, and Chinese. Thanks very much for watching, and minden jót!